Welcome to episode 73 of Sport SA Daily Diary. Today we're chatting to South African XTERRA racer, Jessica Alcock. Hello Jessica, how are you doing?
Well, thanks for yourself.
Yeah, good, thank you. By the look of your attire, you're certainly not in Joburg at the moment because it's cold and a little bit wet.
Definitely not. It's super sunny out here today. Perfect day for some training.
Where are you in the world, Jessica?
I'm actually in Ceylon, France at the moment.
Okay. How long have you been there for?
I've been there for about 2 months. So
Okay.
really fortunate to be skipping the winter in South Africa.
And have you had any opportunity to get out and get some exercise during this lockdown period that the world finds itself in?
Definitely. We're in a really fortunate situation at the moment where we're still able to actually exercise every day. Our lockdown is not as severe as South Africa has got it. We've definitely got our cons, but training is definitely not one of them at the moment.
Yeah, you certainly are lucky, although we have been able to get out now for a few days. Jessica, take us back to the start of your career. You competed in duathlons, you competed in cross triathlons. Was it always a love for you, or were you playing other sports when you were younger?
So when I was about 8 years old, I actually started with cross-country running, and running was a huge passion for me. I would just do track running, road running, cross-country running was definitely the main one. And then when we got into high school, my dad started cycling, and he convinced us to do a bit of cycling as well. And for me, in the beginning, I must say I wasn't too convinced. And then I fell in love with it, and I couldn't decide whether just to cycle or run. So I figured, well, maybe I can combine the two. And then there was triathlon. So I carried on with my running. I did some triathlons, I did some cycling. And I found that wasn't enough. So I added on the cross-country cycling. And then I found, well, I needed a little bit more of a challenge, and I added on the cross triathlon. And yep, it just continued entwining all of them.
So when did you sort of figure out that, you're actually quite good at this and you can compete at the highest level?
So that would be in 2013, which was actually my first year doing duathlons and cross-country mountain biking. Because in that year, I then got invited to the cross-country mountain bike championships, the world champs, and that was in South Africa in Pietermaritzburg. In the same year, I got invited to the world championships in Canada for duathlon, but obviously it made sense to do the one back home for the first year, and from there it just escalated.
And how did you fare in that?
I came 30th. It was a hard pill to swallow, definitely, but it was a really good wake-up call to realize that there's some really good talent out there and training never stops.
And in the same year, in 2013, you were the SA Junior Mountain Bike Champ. I mean, that's pretty good for just taking it up in the first year or being sort of serious.
Yeah, I would say that the running definitely helped to have that as a background, and the support that I had from coaches and stuff was incredible, and all of that at the end just adds up for sure.
Yeah, I must say, I found that I used to cycle when I was younger, and now being a little bit older, I run, and I find the running fitness certainly helps with the cycling, but not vice versa.
That's for sure.
And then 2014, you came second at the African Champs. Well, 2013, you also came second at the African Champs. 2013, 2014, and then 2014, you also went to Duathlon World Champs. You did pretty well there. You came in the top 20.
Yep, that was also another hard learning curve, I must say. It was an amazing race, so great people to race against, and from there, I must say I learned quite a lot, especially as a junior athlete.
And tell me, of the two, which were you preferring at this stage?
At that stage, I would say still the duathlons, because running was always my main passion.
Yeah. Okay. And then 2015, you went to the Cross Triathlon World Champs. Tell us a bit about Cross Triathlon. What is that exactly?
So it's pretty much the same lines as a normal triathlon, which would be off-road. So it's a bit of a technical run. For that run specifically, it was on sand on the beach. So it was quite a tough one. And the cycling would be mountain biking with a little bit of technical terrain and just a normal ocean swim. Yeah.
Okay. And at the same stage, you were competing with your brother, Bradley.
Yes. Yeah.
How was he doing in the categories?
He was doing good. He definitely had an incredible natural talent, but he wasn't as motivated as I was. He was mainly just my training partner. He was there to support me, to train with me, but he wasn't as competitive as I was. But an amazing talent.
Was there competition between the two of you?
Definitely. As siblings, there's always competition. I would get so frustrated because he would never train and we would race together and he would completely smash me and I would be training so hard. So definitely civil rivalry.
Okay. And then Jessica, in 2016, you had a bit of an injury and then you got a bit sick. Was that a sort of the start of you rethinking about your career, or where did it go from there?
Actually, it wasn't. So in 2016, I had really big goals and my training was pretty much in order. Then I ended up getting sick and I had about 3 months very on and off, no training, training hard, which totally messed up that year. And unfortunately, the beginning of the year is quite an important part, especially when it comes to the base for any athlete. And that did mess up the year, but it wasn't the start of changing career. It was just a big disappointment, I think. Yeah.
And what happened after that? Did you get back onto the circuit in 2017?
I did get back onto the circuit, but after taking that knock, it takes a bit of a while to build up again because I went straight from no base to jumping into the season to almost having no base again and trying to jump back into another season. And I think from then on, my heart was still in it, but my head just completely lost it. And that's when I decided to focus on the career that I studied and start building on that.
And Jessica, you've obviously represented South Africa. I mean, that must be a very special moment. Was that, what was the exact highlight of your career? If you had to look back now and you had to think, sure, that moment was, wow, that was like a goosebump special moment for me.
Wow, there's a lot of moments like that. But I think the best one had to be when it comes to World Champs and the teams are all doing their parade before the actual weekend or races start. When you're walking out there with your team with that flag and you walk onto the stage and everyone is just cheering and you just get that goosebumps everywhere and all you can think of is I've made it this far with this team and I'm incredibly proud of myself and everyone that's gotten me to this point where I can stand here and be privileged enough to actually represent my country.
Yeah. And I mean, if you look at vice versa at that and you look at 2016, which was a bit of a downer for you, did you take any key learnings from that year that, I mean, if you had to give advice to a younger athlete to say, look, I had went through this, but it made me stronger and I came out better on the other side, what advice would you give from a learning like that?
I'll definitely say that I think any athlete goes through injury processes or time when they've got a weaker part, and I think the best thing to do is to stay mentally strong because it might mess up that season, but if you use that season as a learning curve, you can end up being way stronger the following year or the following season because you can use that to build.
And Jessica, I mean, in France now, you're working as a chef on a ship. I take it you're not doing too much competing at the moment.
No, not at the moment. Although our captain is really local to Ironman, so we're really fortunate in terms of if there is a race nearby and we don't have guests on, we're allowed to go compete. And I mean, in the mornings, we've got work starting at 8, but if we train in the mornings, we can start at 9. So we're definitely given the opportunity.
And do you have plans to compete again in the future?
At the moment, no, but if the opportunity had to arise, I think I would definitely consider it. I do miss the competition side, for sure.
So you've still got the passion for the sport?
Definitely. It'll always be there. I don't think it'll ever leave.
Oh, that's good to hear. Jessica, it's been great chatting to you today on Sport SA Daily Diary. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the south of France. I think we're all jealous here in South Africa. And let's hope to see you again competing on the top stage again.
Thank you for having me.
Great, thank you. Cheers.
Look out for tomorrow's episode of Sport SA Daily Diary, where we'll be chatting to new kid on the block, South African 400-meter sprinter, Gardio Isaacs.